happened? I'm outside on live, man, but I don't think it's gonna go down. It's too cold out here. I'ma have to take it back to the slip. Heard? I ain't know it was this brisky out here. It's a little too brisky to be walking around and all of that. You heard? Greg Johnson, what's poppin'? Jimmy Olive, what's really good? But yeah, man, it's too cold for all of this, so I'm gonna spin this yard one good time. And I got to get back up in that sleekle. It is serious out here. The coffee done got warm. It's too brisky. It's too brisky. Bad Duplex was popping. D. Joseph was really good. And Bell was popping. About to ask one of these stores to zap my coffee right quick. Heard? Get nigga $1 or something. Zap this for me, Lord. If my coffee was hot, I could do this. But now I can't even do it at the coffee house. My hands is too cold. Word up. Briscavelli to dawn. Javon Taylor was popping. Yeah, man, my shit ain't going live in dumb long. I ain't going live in dumb long. I've been doing so much stuff. My mind been on so much crazy stuff. So much crazy stuff been going on in my life. I ain't even had time to jump on live. You heard? But I'm definitely dropping a new episode after this live is over, so make sure y'all tune in for that excluey. You heard? And then I'm editing it excluey right now. So I'll be dropping that tomorrow. Gen Pop TV is spewing out those marathons. So if you ain't subscribed to Gen Pop TV, make sure you go subscribe to Gen Pop TV, because those marathons is on there, baby. I just dropped the 3 Saquon joints yesterday. You heard? Heavy marathonism. I got 2 of my stories that's going to drop together. It's going to be like 2.5 hours together on Gen Pop TV. I love it. I love it, baby. You heard? I'm on my Seinfeld shit, nigga. You think I'm trying to just drop an episode one time? Nah, my nigga. How many times you seen the motherfucking the Nazi soup chef episode of Seinfeld? Shit been out on 12 different networks. You heard? When you got timeless content, that's what you could do. See, a lot of niggas don't be having that timeless content. Timeless? A lot of niggas don't be having that timeless content. You feel me? They talking about current events. Niggas doing current events and shit. Remember that stupid shit in class? You had to do current events. You had to come to school with a piece of the newspaper stapled to your paper and talk about some shit you ain't give a fuck about that was going on. Gotta get rid of that cold Joe. But yeah, man. Some of these niggas, they content be current events. You heard? So then after that event is no longer current, that content is trash. Nigga don't want to hear no shit about motherfucking, Nigga don't want to hear no shit about motherfucking, Genuine fell off stage next year. You heard? That shit is old news. Nigga ain't sitting there watching your exclusive alert that Genuine fell off the stage. That's why you can't make content based on current events. Because then you got some old ass content that doesn't matter anymore. Yersh! It's cold as fuck out there. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? It's cold as a bitch. Gotta throw this heat seater on and all that, nigga. Heat them buns. Them buns got to get toasted up in this motherfucker. Yersh! You know how you be so cold, you want the heat from the blunt. You want to inhale that hot heat. Come on, bro. What type of shit you on? What type of shit you on, jointy? But yeah, my G's. New episode is dropping at 11 o'clock. Make sure y'all tune in and watch that. You heard? Make sure y'all watch that new episode at 11. Make sure y'all go to Gen Pop TV. I mostly drop Gen Pop TV episodes at 6 p.m. I drop on the regular channel during the day, and I drop on the Gen Pop channel at night, 6 p.m. evening status. You heard? Word up. But yeah, my G's. It's you entertainment. You gotta be more specific than that, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it real. I did a lot of interviews. I did a lot of interviews in my day. So I'll be forgetting. Jacob Tynes was populated. Shit, hell yeah, I go on Math High for shit. Why would I turn that down? Unless I'm trying to lose. You heard? Had to take one for the team with that, baby. DC was popping. James Campbell was really good. Skrill OGs was popping. Life Through Galleries was populating. My nigga Blur in the building was populating. I see you in the building. The Blur Stir was populated. Yeah, man, I made a mistake and threw away my ashtray in the whip. You heard? It's rough in here. It's rough in here, baby. Yo, I'm on my movie shit, man. I'm preparing to film a movie, man. You heard? Straight up. I'm preparing and scheming on filming a movie, man. So, you know, if you out there, man, you know what I mean, and you holding on some type of bread and you want to invest in my movie and make part of history, I'll put you in the movie also. Yeah, I mean, you invest some bread, I'll put you in the movie with a good, nice part. Good, chunky, nice part. You heard? Throw you up in a joint. And we make this classic, bro, because when I get this movie shit in, my nigga, it's on, my nigga. I'm doing my list. I'm making a list like Santa Claus right now, my nigga. You heard? Figuring out what exactly, how much shit I need to be movie ready, to really get this movie in. I'm talking about movie. You heard? So it's like, I need about a little nasty, little few $1,000s in equipment. Little nasty few $1,000s in equipment. And then I need that bread to just make me want to do this shit, nigga. You heard? I need some bread to make me want to do this shit, nigga. So if you out there, you got that big bread, and you ready to do this movie, and you ready to take part in one of, if not
the most legendary hood YouTube movie of all time? Shh, get at me, nigga. Cause I'm plotting and scheming right now. You heard? Shh. Niggas know, man. A lot of niggas don't know me, man. A lot of niggas don't know, man. I used to do a web series, man. You heard? My web series was popping, and that's when I ain't know shit about nothing. Editing nothing. Now, I'm nasty, baby. I'm ready to rock. You heard? So, I'm just letting y'all know, man. Do I got a script done? Nah. But do I need a script done? Nah. I'm a different kind of individual, my nigga. When it comes to that Yammer game. You heard? Shout out to my OG for my projects, man, nigga. You'll be surprised what somebody say to you that just stick in your head. My bro Get from my projects, he was like, yo, I was like, yo, son, you know what I mean? I do film, but I ain't no professional, my nigga. Like, he said, I know that. He said, but niggas still can't fuck with you with what you do with that camera. I said, you know what? You're kind of right there. You heard? Like, my nigga, I'm different with this shit. You heard? But I do got some monster scripts. The reason why I don't be finishing these scripts is because niggas, I don't got no guap. I'm not into doing work that I don't get paid for, even if it's my own shit. Like, I'm not into doing work that I'm not getting paid for. So it's nothing for me to write the script because I'm a motherfucking artist. I write. I know how to write. But what I'm writing it for, my nigga, I need that Gwizzle back. Gwizzle back, Gwizzle back, Gwizzle back, cheese. You heard? I need that Gwizzle back, nigga. When nigga come through with that Gwizzle back, I'm gonna shock niggas with what I could do with this Yamra. I'm telling you, son. I'm a fast learner and a quick learner. Like, I do shit in 2 months that niggas took 10 years to figure out. I'm telling you, bro. But film game, for those who know about my film game, when I was doing NYPD Daily Blotter, the web series, my mistakes was I was ignoring YouTube. I could have been rich. I was ignoring YouTube and concentrating strictly on Facebook. And I had hundreds of thousands of views on my shit on Facebook. I used to do a mockumentary called NYPD Daily Blotter. NYPD Daily Blotter is a column in the New York Post or the Daily News. I always get it mixed up. I think it's the Post, though. Is a column in the New York Post where they speak about miscellaneous crimes that happen in the city. Sometimes those crimes seem miscellaneous, but they be connected to big shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, or it'd be a big crime, but they just ain't have the time to make it front page because other bigger shit was going on in the city. You feel me? So I used to read this column all the time. It was my favorite column in the newspaper. I used to read this shit and be like, yo, this shit is ill. Like, the type of shit they be talking about in this small column of the newspaper. It tells you shit that's happening in each borough of New York City. From Brooklyn to Staten Island, they tell you each borough shit that's going down in the city, right? And I said, yo, one day, I'm gonna make, why is you driving so, oh, shit. Nah, you bugging. You bugging. You too close to me, my nigga. Oh, man, these people, man. These people, bro. Get the fuck away from my car, nigga. But anyway, know what I mean? So I said one day I'm gonna make a series about this shit where I'm gonna take the crimes that they talking about and I'm gonna reenact them. But then when I did do it, I did it off of, I read the column so much, I knew how the column was worded. So I made up my own crimes because I ain't want to do nothing that had nothing to do with no open crimes and I get a nigga locked up filming his crime and shit, you feel me? So I just started making up my own crimes in my head. Like, I would do shit like, a man was shot today in Dykeman Projects at 2 p.m. Neighbors said they heard a gunshot and then seen a man in a black hooded sweater running off the scene. Ambulance was called to the scene and the man was transported to Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. Boom. That's how they do it on NY on a newspaper column. So I would film that shit, the nigga getting shot, boom, 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 and then I would put a backstory to it on why he got shot. And I did hundreds of episodes of this shit, like mad episodes of this shit. Upload. Some of them is on YouTube. Y'all seen one of them when I uploaded it, Amsterdam Projects, where the nigga robbed the nigga for the motherfucking PlayStation, and then the nigga came back and they had a shootout and all of that shit. You feel me? That's on my page. If you never saw that, you could put in St. Last Amsterdam Projects or Amsterdam Houses, and it's gonna come up. You feel what I'm saying? But that's one of my best episodes, and I filmed that with the Canon 60D, and I still have that Canon. That shit is a sleeper. You understand? So boom, that's what I used to do. But like I said, I was doing indictment projects while living indictment projects, and the community started thinking that the show was real because it was a mockumentary. A mockumentary is when something is filmed to look like it's real, but it's really mocking real life. You feel what I'm saying? So we did a mockumentary about a beef between the Dominicans from the blocks and the projects and the blacks from the projects. But it really was a beef between the Dominican. So we filming this show while these niggas is beefing. You understand? And the shit was crazy, my nigga. It was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But it started getting to a point where too many people on the cast of the show was actually niggas in the streets doing actual street shit. So then, I started feeling like I was doing hotbox shit. But the show itself, NYPD Daily Blotter, I would love to bring that web series back. I am gonna bring it back. I'm not gonna say I would love to. I am gonna bring the web series back, NYPD Daily Blotter. The thing is, before I was living in the projects with a whole cast and crew ready to go at all times. I used to just come outside with the camera and sit on the bench. Niggas be like, yo, what up? We getting it in? Let's get it in. And we would just make up an episode with the niggas that was around, with the brains of the niggas that was around. Then, little shit started happening in the hood and shit, But I don't have that cast and crew no more. You understand? Niggas is grown now. Everybody done moved away to different cities and all of that. So I don't have that cast and crew anymore. But that web series, NYPD Daily Blotter, that shit crazy. Yeah. And once I hit the streets with that camera, I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. And this is real talk, real television. Anytime I come outside with a camera, and I know this to be true, and I gotta stop ignoring this. Anytime I step out that house with a camera ready to film, magic happens, my nigga. When you really into this film shit, this shit is magical. Magical things will happen to remove all obstacles that's in your way when you trying to put together a piece of film, because it's art. And film is like, it's energy behind that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's something that'll live forever if done correctly. You feel me? So when you be in that zone, magical shit happens. We used to go outside with no script, my nigga. Sit on the bench with the camera and the tripod and just smoke a blunt and be like, all right, boom, let's do it like this. You a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Boom, you on the run from parole. Boom, then you gonna come home to the project. Son, we used to straight improv that shit, my nigga. Straight improv, no script at all. I'll just have an idea and I see certain niggas in the projects. Yo, son, what you doing right now? You wanna get on camera? All right, what is it? Long as not. And some niggas, they was down with whatever. Y'all don't give a fuck what it is, nigga. I'm down, let's get it. And that's how we was able to do this shit, bro. And it was to the point where niggas ain't know the difference if that shit was real or fake, my nigga. That's how nasty I was back then. Not tooting my own horn, but I'm just saying magic happens when you serious about this shit. So when I get back in them streets with that NYPD Daily Blotter, it's like, I'm slightly Hollywood now. So now I feel like I need a budget to do that shit, nigga. You heard? When I was living in the projects, I ain't have much to do. Now I'm into too much shit. So it's like I need a budget to get that shit popping. But if you out there and you interested in starting a web series on my channel, because that's what I'm plotting and scheming on. Movies and web series. Real shit, real deal shit. You heard? I'm gonna have to dig up some NYPD Daily Blotter shit. You know what, man? I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I might have to try to retrieve that information off my old Facebook page, man. Straight up, man. Know what I mean? Because I had episodes that was crazy. So it's like, yeah, man. But if you out there and you interested in doing a web series and being involved in the web series and playing a part in the web series, get at me, because I'm ready to get it in. But I need them type of niggas that's ready to get it in. You heard? I ain't gonna even lie. Now I gotta respect niggas like my son, what's my son name, man? Damn, nigga memory going. Nigga memory going. You heard? But my son from Dykeman, man, my son used to be ready at all times. Yo, what up? You ready? You shooting today? I'm like, nah, son. But son used to be ready to get it in. I like niggas like that. They ready to get it in with this acting shit, bro. Cause I got the movie camera, my nigga. Sometimes I just be roaming the streets by myself, filming anything. You heard? That's how thirsty I be. But you need niggas that want it, my nigga. It's hard to find niggas that want it. You heard? It's cause like, yo, listen, I know how to act. You understand what I'm saying? I've put myself on this camera and said, okay, I did my little thing on that motherfucker. God damn it. You heard? But I'm really a director, and I like to film, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? But you got some dudes that's gully with this acting shit. They don't play no games. They be ready to go. When I got niggas like that on my squad, it's over, bro. I'll be calling you, yo, what you doing? Yo, fuck it, let's go to Midtown. Even though I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning. If I got a nigga that's really down for that business, you down for that business? All right, we pulling an all-nighter, my nigga. I don't care. I'll be a zombie tomorrow as long as we got that episode in. You feel me? I just can't be a zombie for nothing and shit. Like lately, the Knicks game's been coming on late as a motherfucker. Like they on the West Coast, them shit's coming on at 10:30, nigga. My shit like this after the first corner. After the first quarter, I'm like that. Yo, what happened? You heard? I gotta watch the shit on YouTube the next day. But if we putting in that work, that's a different story. You heard? My fault, man. I'm ignoring the comments, man. Running my mid-out. You heard? What time is it? I ain't trying to be talking over the episode either. Just in case, what's popping? Don Dada, wish populating peace. My son Bucka is about to get on this new album that I'm putting together. I sent him a joint the other day. Know what I mean? He was like, yo, this shit's smoking. I be nervous when I gotta send Bucka a song. I'm gonna keep it real, because that nigga spits so crazy, he make me nervous. You heard? I be nervous he ain't gonna like shit. Like, I sent that nigga a joint. He was like, yo, this shit crazy, son. I'm like, whew. My son Bucka like it. I know that shit hot. You heard? Bullets Gotti, I see you in the building. NDO Network, wish pappin'. Johnny Blaze, wish pappin'. Yeah, you know, son, you know, a lot of these niggas in New York, man, you know, a lot of these New York dudes, man, they know who I've been. They know of me for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? They knew of me for a long time. Michael Jordan was popping. But it's like, yo, real talk. They knew about me for a long time. You smell me. They've heard my music for a long time. Because way before I was telling stories on YouTube, I was trying to get on in the rap game. I was on the underground in the rap game doing my little thing. You feel what I'm saying? So all of these niggas know me or know of me. And it's like, it's uncomfortable now. It's uncomfortable for a lot of these individuals now because, you know, they ignored me for 20 years, 15 years in the rap game, and now I'm popping on YouTube. They don't want to seem like, oh, they didn't know me before. So I understand that, and I don't look at shit like that. It is what it is. It's a big game. We had to do what we had to do. Some niggas was motherfucking winning. Some niggas wasn't. It was a cutthroat business. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of niggas probably out there that's from New York and shit that got power, money. You understand what I'm saying? They probably don't want to fuck with me because they feel like I know that you know who I be and knew who I am from the last. I have videos with Jada Kiss, Jim Jones, Conway, I had big shit. Like I had shit on MTV, I had shit on Hot 97, Power 105. K Slay was spinning my shit for years. K Slay was putting me on mixtapes that was huge. You understand what I'm saying? DJ White Owls and DJ Diggs and mad niggas that was big time niggas was spinning my shit, playing my shit. And then it was a lot of niggas that was big time niggas that shitted on me, took a diarrhea on me like this. Nigga, I ain't never fucking with you, trash, fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? So now that I blew up on this YouTube shit, it's niggas that probably feel like I ain't hollering at that nigga now because I ain't holler at the nigga for the whole dub. He was going hard in the rap game. I seen a nigga drowning, starving, and I ain't throw the nigga a lifeline then. So why I'ma even fuck with the nigga now is gonna make me look like, nah, I mean, a bandwagoneer. You feel me? But I don't look at shit like that, my nigga, because when I was in the rap game, I was young. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, my personality was a little aggressive. And, you know, I don't know. You know, niggas see me, they think I'm a straight Spanish nigga. Know what I mean? Niggas don't be liking me because I'm light skinned and all of that, man. You know what I mean? I know of these things, man. You heard? I know of these things. So it's like I don't have no animosity towards anybody. And the reality is, my nigga, I got kids and shit like that. So business trumps all feelings. You understand what I'm saying? Business trumps all feelings, nigga. I don't give a fuck who you are. Me and you could have got it on before. Holla at me with that bag, I'ma act like that shit ain't never happened, nigga. Straight up and down. Cause this money trumps all of that silly shit. I ain't never gonna put silly shit in front of money, like, you understand what I'm saying? But a lot of these niggas in the rap game, they know who I be, and they been knew who I've been way long ago, and they just thought I would never make it. And, you know, I thought I would never make it at times, you know, but a nigga just kept going hard at something, and something took. So now I'm able to push my music through this shit, and it's a beautiful thing. I don't need nobody for no musical help. I don't need shit. And even the bread that I'm like, yo, I need bread to do this movie. Son, I'm a type of nigga. I'm a hustler, my nigga. You heard? There's different type of hustlers in this world. I may have not been the type of hustler to get $1 million, but I'm the type of hustler to get 1 million opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm definitely gonna put together a movie that's going just, in a web series that's gonna get stupid. I just need to get ahead of the game. I need to get ahead of the game, like really ahead of the game. And that's what I'm trying to work on doing right now. You feel me? The universe be showing me all type of mercy. Know what I mean? I be psalmed up all the time. Psalms 1. I be taking my shower, meditating on Psalms in the shower. You feel what I'm saying? There's science behind that too. Like the heat, the steam in the hot water. When you're in the shower, that heat is energy. You understand what I'm saying? And you clean. Like my son Musa, if you never saw my story on a Crackhead Show Taught Me the Game, my son Musa, that nigga used to tell me, he used to be like, yo, man, when you meditate and pray, whatever type of prayers or meditating, whoever you pray to, the universe, whatever, nigga said, yo, when you meditate and pray, you gotta be clean, my nigga. He was like, you gotta be clean. He was like, you know, it's like the angels and all of that, they ain't coming next to you if you filthy and you dirty, you offending them. You understand what I'm saying? So that shit just always stuck in my head. So when I'm on my meditation shit, nigga gotta be fresh out that shower or in that shower, be nice and clean, then your mind gets clean and focused. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, miracles be happening to me, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'll be psalmed up, crazy. You heard? That psalm shit is deep too. If you really want to do the research, you gotta research voodoo. Not voodoo, hoodoo. You understand what I'm saying? Research what hoodoo is. Hoodoo is an African religion where they use the Psalms, where people consider it like, or some people may think it's witchcraft, or you understand what I'm saying, or motherfucking superstition, but really they be using the Psalms to make things happen. You understand? So this shit is deep. Even that Psalm shit, nigga be like, yo, nigga talking about mystery God. Actually, my nigga, if you really do the knowledge and do the sciences, you know, the degrees tell us anyway. I mean, who made the Holy Quran, the Bible? Us. You feel what I'm saying? So how could we be dealing with spookism and mysticism when we dealing with books that we penned ourselves? We can't help what other generations of people took with the teachings and ran and turned it into whatever spookism they turned it into. But it was originally, these books was written in Africa and Ethiopia. You understand what I'm saying? So the Psalms was written, I mean, like, niggas put me on, the Psalms was written for the black man that would be lost in the wilderness of North America for 400 years. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, that hoodoo shit is deep because they be using the Psalms to manipulate reality. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what the whole religion and belief is about. You feel what I'm saying? So I be on it crazy. Yeah. I be on it crazy. Know what I mean? Some God shit, heavy God shit. Heavy God shit. You heard? Because when I got knowledge of self, I wasn't just satisfied with, I was like, yo, nah, I got somebody ask me why I'm God. Because you know how he's like, why are you God? And people used to have that, you know, the sun, moon, and stars, man, woman, and child. Like, that wasn't enough for me. You understand? If I'm going to be saying I'm God, I need to fully embrace the understandings of me saying I'm God. You heard? So I started digging, going down the rabbit hole. And I found so much shit that I was like, yo, this shit is the truth right here, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Started digging in that Bible, started digging in all type of stuff. You know what I mean? The Bible is the main book telling you that you are God. I ain't gonna get into religion, though. Yeah. But I'm letting dudes know I dug deep down the rabbit hole so that anybody asks me, yo, but why? Because, you know, dudes used to do that up north and shit. Like, dudes used to be like, you know, dudes be hating 5%ers on the low. They be like, yo, nigga talking about they God. How you God? Explain that. So I used to just be having a sword so sharp, waiting for a dude to be like, you talking about you God? I used to be like that. Tear nigga brain off his head. Whole lot. One time, this is word that everything I love on the planet Earth. One time we was in G2 in Green, right? We in there building. Me, Ra's son, little nigga Shy from DFY, few dudes. We in there building heavy. Blue blah bling 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 blah bling, brr, 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 right? So this Spanish kid comes over. This is my son. This Spanish kid, he from the Star. My son, his name was Henry, right? So that nigga was like, son was a good he was a good young nigga, but he was only 16. He was in Green. So I'm like, yo, he said, yo, he listening to us build. And he like, yo, son, word to mother, man. He was like, that's not true, man. He was like, Puerto Ricans don't come from Africa, blah, 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 blah. So it turned into a whole discussion. So he said, yo, word to mother, son, if you could show and prove to me right now that Puerto Ricans, while a Puerto Rican could hold his head up and say he God body, because he was like, I don't understand that niggas be Puerto Rican talking about they God, blah 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 blah. He said, if you could make me understand that, my nigga, I will become your student and I'll get knowledge of self. He said, but you're not gonna convince me that, you know, blah blah blah. Yo, son, I just went in on son so crazy. Lulu ling ling ling, lulu ling 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 lang 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 ling ling. Not only about Puerto Ricans, but also he wanted to understand, you saying you God, what do you mean by that? So I had to break it down. Now, breaking it down, we went into the melanin and the pineal gland, the pineal gland, and the pituitary gland, and the 1/3 of the brain, and all of that shit that's in the lessons. You understand what I'm saying? Enhanced with Bible verses and Quran verses and all of that. I had all of this ready because I had my book of life was bonanzas. You heard? Like, I'm pissed off to this day, my nigga, moving around from house to house. I lost my shit. You're supposed to protect that with your life, but, you know, putting shit in storage, not having money to pay for the storage and all of that, shit was going through the struggles. But my book of life, my shit was bonanzas. I ain't even put nothing in my book of life unless it was bananas. When I say I'm talking about bananas, I don't want to hear nothing about basic. And if it was basic, it wasn't going in my book of life, my nigga. I only put bonanzas. I only put the bonanzas in my shit. So I had my shit. So me and this nigga going ding bang ding ding ding. I had to go to the book of life. Ying ying. I said with me. And then I gave him this plus degree that I had. Dudes know this plus degree that I'm talking about too. It's a plus degree. You got a picture of the Sphinx on the front of it, and the Indians, the Native Americans, whatever, and it breaks down everything. Everything. I said, so after I finished bombing, son, glue, 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 glue. And then I gave him the plus degree, and I said, bro, if you're an intelligent person, read this plus degree. Don't take nothing on face value. Anything that sounds crazy in the plus degree, I want you to go research it and find out if it's true or not. Son did that shit, and he came to me in a day or two or the next day and was like, yo, I read this shit. He said, this shit is so precise that I would have to be stupid to ignore this information and not say that I'm G.O.D. and a black man and the whole kit and caboodle. He said his son wasn't no follower, none of that, son. He wasn't built, he wasn't that type of nigga. He was a young little nigga that was ready to fight and all of that. But he was a reasonable dude. He said, there's no way in the world I could read this after what you bombed me with, and then I read this plus degree overnight and really studied it and used my common sense mind. He said, there's no way I could read some shit like this and then ignore it just because, you know, I don't want to feel like, he said, I gotta come into these studies. And then I started giving some knowledge of self. And you know, I was giving knowledge of self the old school way. My enlightener, my uncle, he gave me 1 degree a day for 120 days. You feel me? And whatever extras. Sometimes I was learning, you know, running through a soul. Maybe when we got to solar fact, now I think I got them all. And then at the last, I got the last 4 extra joints or whatever, at 2 extra joints or whatever. But I was given 1 degree a day for 122 days or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the way I always gave degrees out. Like I never, my enlightener told me, don't ever give nobody 120 degrees altogether, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna sit down and they're gonna try to read through the whole shits all in one shot to soak it all up, and it's gonna confuse the shit out of them, and it's gonna turn them off, and they ain't gonna want to be no part of this a lot of times, because what they read is not gonna make sense to them until they study 1 degree at a time. 3 minutes to showtime with that new episode. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, I ended up giving this kid knowledge of self, and in the middle of me giving him knowledge of self, I got packed up and they sent me to another jail. They sent me to Hudson. But son remained in Green. 2 Puerto Rican kids I gave knowledge of self in Green. Know what I mean? My nigga Sham Guard. And damn, I'm trying to, the nigga Preem. That's what son ended up, his name, his attribute ended up being Supreme. You feel what I'm saying? Keeping it traditional with Puerto Rican niggas named Supreme from Brooklyn. You feel what I'm saying? So he ended up taking the attribute Supreme. And my other Puerto Rican kid, he ended up taking the attribute Sham Guard. Word to everything I love. Any nigga who came to Hudson from Green, the first thing they said was, you Lotus? Because that's what they used to call me up top. Niggas like, yo, you Lotus? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Yo, bro, your students is out of control in Green, my nigga. I'm like, yo, what you mean? He like, yo, son, these niggas is chasing niggas around the yard with them degrees, my nigga. They bombing niggas. They got niggas scared to come outside and spit degrees. Real talk. I said, nah. Some niggas like, yo, I'm telling you, you created monsters. Them niggas is in there running up on all type of niggas like, yo, what's today's map? They was airing niggas out, son. And you know, the way I was teaching niggas, I was giving dudes esoteric teachings and all of that. That's why a whole lot of things spawned out after that that went down in state history with the type of dudes that was in my camp with this God shit, because we really was conspiring on bringing esoteric teachings into and explaining the degrees, because Elijah Muhammad was at one time a Mason. And he spoke about this in Theology of Time, but it's not spoken about in the lessons, really. You feel me? So a lot of dudes was frowning on the esoteric teachings of Masonry when they don't understand that the degrees themselves was built off of the esoteric teachings of Masonry. You feel me? So shit was deep. And then, you know, as Masonry esoteric teachings was built off the sciences that they learned from the black man in Egypt. So all of this shit came around 360. So we was teaching with esoteric teachings and Masonry and all of that, my nigga. We wasn't playing these type of games. And then, you know, other dudes who gave me knowledge of self, like my bro Shy, the other Shy from the fort. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he from Fort Greene area, not the projects. Now, I mean, son was NOI. You feel me? And he was FOI, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever he was, son taught me differently. Like, dudes was teaching me with esoterics. You feel me? Secret sciences and shit. So I ain't just learning degrees on some verbatim shit. I learned them with the esoteric meanings behind them at the same time. And that's how I taught. But anyway, I ain't gonna talk a hole in y'all head because the new episode is out right now. Make sure y'all go check that. Yeah, that new episode with Ebron is out. Shout out to Ebron. Darius M was populating. Dirty Harry was really good. G Walls was populating. All right, that new episode is out right now. We're going to slide over there. There's 60 people in the building. I need y'all 60 dudes to come over to this new episode that's premiering so we can boost this algorithm up. Yush! Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man Trap Buddha. I see you. Charlie's Chow Down was populating. I'm going to get at y'all later. Holla at me.